Hey, welcome back, guys. It's vlog week. The topic of discussion today is don't be stubborn, and the reason why I'm talking about it is, the individual person, the person in which we are, we tend to be, very self-involved, very self-centered, very selfish, and that's not the way to go through life. Whether we have familiar relationships, whether we have interpersonal, deeper relationships with partners, loved ones, whatever the case might be, we have to understand that we cannot be stubborn if we want to be successful. So the best way to look at it is this way. Everyone's had that relationship where they have that one person in their life and they're like, oh man, this is the best person ever. And it doesn't work out. What do? Most people tend to, think about that person incessantly. Even when they move on, there was someone else, and they're always comparing them to that other person. And you're constantly in this place where you can't kind of remove yourself from the person, and you could almost deem them to be potentially the greatest love you ever had. So the question then is, why don't you go back? Why don't you take a step? Why don't you try that out? And one of the bigger reasons is obviously several reasons, but one of the bigger reasons is we're stubborn. The reality is we don't want to admit that we were wrong. We don't want to put someone else's needs and wants ahead of our own sometime, and that makes it really hard for us. So the scariest part about all this, guys, is that we could be potentially in relationships right now. We could be in bonds right now where we could be happy, but if we were just stop being stubborn as individuals, we could potentially be experiencing something that is the greatest thing we've ever experienced in our life. And people tell you all the time life is short. I don't know if I agree or disagree with that. One thing I will tell you though is that happiness in life is very hard to find. So think about that when you are going through some of the relationships that you have. It's not always about winning or losing. It's really about finding that eternal sense of happiness, and don't let your ego or your stubbornness stand in front of that. Okay, so it's been another great week. Thank you for tuning in. Keep it in mind, do not be stubborn. If there's somebody or something that you want to go out and get, and you've been really spinning your wheels about it because you're trying to be macho camacho, you want to be Randy Savage, forget Randy Savage. Go out, take a leap of faith so you can at least say you did it and pat yourself about it, and you can move forward in life and be happy. It's been another vlog week. Thank you for checking in. We will see you guys on Saturday. We got a great mobility minute coming up.